Okay. Investigations are currently still ongoing, and we have been invited to appear before investigators. So the invitation came to us on Friday. We were supposed to come today. Indeed, I was traveling the Friday, so I sought leave for us to defer the meeting to tomorrow. Such leave was granted pursuant to the officer involved having conferred with the Director General. So my understanding as at Friday was that we are going to have the meeting tomorrow. Unfortunately, when I was traveling, I was listening to one of the news the stations, and I got information that Attorney General had been invited to the seat of government, and in his report to the President, he had indicated that he would decline our arrangement to come tomorrow, and that we were supposed to report today, failure of which he will instruct the police to get arrest and bring Chairman to Accra. I engaged him, and I realized that there was some communication gap between the DJ's office and the Attorney General's office, for which reason we had these double positions. So I called Chairman to inform him of the insistence of the Attorney General to have a meeting today. So we are here today for them to conclude. What I understand is that the Attorney General will conclude his investigations today and issue us a report from the investigation indicating the charges they want to prepare against my client. So we are here to conclude the investigations and be privy to the charges being laid, and the process of the court will start. We are ready to defend the action if they bring. But for now, as I speak, we are not privy to any charges prepared against Chairman Wontumi. So we will have to have patience for them to finish with the investigation and forward the charges to us, and also file witness statements involved. We know that the procedure now is for them to disclose every exhibit or every evidence they want to rely on to us, to aid us in our preparation of the possible cross-examination to happen when we have gone to court. But before then, let me put it on record that Chairman Wontumi is for now on police inquiry bail. He's been granted bail properly. And let me also disabuse people's mind of the propaganda that we have tried to control the invitations, the meetings, and also we are dragging our feet in coming to or responding to invitations. This is not correct. This is not right. In all cases where Chairman Wontumi has been invited, we have always shown presence. We have always cooperated with investigators. We have always provided whatever information we have. We have always provided documents that we also have. Except that on one or two occasions, when the invitation came quite late, and it was impossible for Chairman Wontumi to be present in Accra, we had negotiated for the next day, and we have shown presence the next day as our request had been granted. On one occasion when Chairman Wontumi was very ill, and everybody saw that he was ill, I personally wrote to the Director General to seek leave for Chairman to have medical attention. And indeed, I supported that application with an excuse duty having been authored by the doctor. And of course, I supported that with also pictures of Chairman Wontumi even in hospital. I went beyond the call of duty to do that. So it is incorrect to anybody to suggest that we have been lukewarm to the invitations from the Director General's office. I know that the Director General works for the Attorney General in terms of prosecution. So I consider the discourse between my good self or my office and the Director General's office as equally by extension to the Attorney General's office. So I am sure there was some communication gap that resulted in this impasse. But I want to express my disappointment in the warning that followed the refusal to defer the meeting. The warning was that it should Wontumi fail to appear, he will order the arrest of Wontumi brought to account. Indeed, we don't need to unnecessarily increase the political temperature in the country. We have not at any point in time decided or refused to respond to invitations. And you see, the law is also that anybody, accused person or a suspect, ought to be given adequate time, preparation, and even resources to be able to prepare his defense to any charges prepared against him. And let us also not forget that accused person is not considered guilty until proven so, and therefore he has to have a right to his civil liberties. Indeed, when we go to the court, the bail, police inquiry bail continues up to the point that the charges are filed in court, and then we make an application to the court for the bail to continue, and we will justify that with our performance so far during the time of the bail, and also the capacity of Wontumi as a person, Ghanaian, and a very known character, and somebody of substance in society. And then we'll make a case of his right to bail, press one to our application for bail. So we are early days yet. So far, 2 points that I can emphasize. We have not been charged so far. We are awaiting any charges, if any. And we have been granted police inquiry bail. And we have responded to all invitations, all, and I want to emphasize, all invitations we have responded. It is also right in our practice that if for any reason you cannot respond, you make an application to the authority inviting you and indicating the reasons why you cannot respond at that given time, and also pray for an agreed time, which will be the time for both parties to be able to present themselves, and then we continue with investigations or prosecution. So we will always be dutiful in responding to calls from authority in all cases where my client is involved in either investigation or in prosecution. I thank you very much for your attention this morning, and I also thank you for the diligence that you attach to this particular case. We are trying to develop the law, all of us together. It is our responsibility as practitioners to ensure that we collaborate even in the courtroom to ensure there is a judicial decision coming from the court itself. Myself, I will be an officer of the court. Attorney General is the principal lawyer in the country, and also submit to the call as an officer of the court. So it is our collective duty to ensure that justice is delivered to whoever appears before the court. And let us also understand that the Attorney General's office is also the office for the Minister of Justice, and therefore he wears two hats. So one responsibility of his is to manage the prosecution. The other responsibility of his is to ensure fair trial so that justice is delivered to whoever appears before the law. So he carries a dual responsibility. He cannot drop one and keep one. So the warning, I am so disturbed about the warning, but I consider it as a caveat to the whole submissions, and therefore maybe out of a vacuum between the two offices, he came out with that. It was a slip of tongue. I appreciate that. He was my professor, so I cannot do anything to seek to undermine the office of the Attorney General.
One of the things the AG said, just briefly, was that the charges to be read to the accused person today. Do you expect that the police may revoke the bail and retain him ahead of presenting him before court?
Let's not preempt the meeting, but he is on police inquiry bail as we speak now. He has not violated any of the bail conditions. It would be strange to me for us to even fathom a situation like that. So I think that today they will conclude the investigations and maybe give us the charges and give us also ample time for us to prepare for our defenses. I don't envisage that.